You got me so hypnotized, the way your body rolling round and round. That booty keep bumping.
I in this bitch out like I'm playing Fortnite. Ayy, bussy buzz, ayy, bussy buzz, ayy, bussy buzz, ayy.
One thing you have to understand is that right now, the dating culture in 2022, women have more options than ever. But the problem is that with all the options that women have, they are being pickier than ever. So something I was talking about in a recent episode is that when I was doing the interview with that Hooters waitress, I was talking to her and telling her that by default, a woman like her, even if you don't think she's attractive, it's still just a fact by evidence that you've seen here with her, is that she has a lot of options. And she can be picky because she has a lot of options, because she has men coming at her at all different angles. So she's in default in abundance mindset. Okay? So women are default in an abundant mindset. Even women who are not that attractive are still getting more swipes and approaches than an average man ever will. You know it anecdotally. There's evidence to prove it from online dating. There's even been evidence that has said specifically that women are swiping on less men than men are swiping on women.
Throughout history, women have been a sort of prize in the eyes of society as a whole. As bold and simplistic as it may sound, you just need to check the facts to know it's right. And now that women can easily get access to instant validation through social media and dating apps, this reality exacerbates even more. It's also true that men can enjoy access to more women and take part in this wicked game, but they tend to enjoy fewer options unless they're very successful. Plus, we can't just neglect that the quote-unquote liberation of women, along with the acceptance of female promiscuity, is making many modern-day women act like everything but ladies who would wife up. When men go solo, they're not just avoiding interactions with women because they feel like weirdos or incapable of talking to women. In many cases, they lose motivation because it's difficult to find a committed partner. What's the point of dating when she's got a rotation/waiting list of men? To make matters worse, we have to consider the poor dating advice women get from both the media and their female friends.
I have seen so many instances where a woman, she'll have a fight with her boyfriend. She's got these bad girlfriends, bad influence. She goes to them looking for advice, and she gets more and more heated with each second that passes, goes back into that situation. I have seen so many relationships crumble because women have low quality friends that they seek advice from, that then give them bad advice, ramp them up. But also, most of the time, those friends are in either marriages they hate or they're single and they want company. Yeah. So they're like, oh, let me wreck her situation, as opposed to giving good advice to say, listen, go back to the table, try to work it out. He's doing this, maybe that wasn't so great, but this, and this are like, you've got a kid, you've got just bad advice all around.
Modern times teach women to go from partner to partner when problems arise, and almost no one except loyal, reasonable ones want to sort things out. In today's video, guys, I'll cover the consequences of women having too many options, including but not limited to guys who will never take her seriously. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. MGTOW, monk mode, and other philosophies and ways of life are so appealing to men because the current state of the dating marketplace is not beautiful at all. Some women claim that men have trust issues, but that's just a short-sighted way of looking at things. It's an easy cop-out. This kind of concept would apply to jealous men who control their partners 24/7, but men going their own way don't even get to that stage in the first place. Many MGTOWs have dated before, but when they bumped into the same kind of women after many attempts, they often take some time off dating to go within and get their power back. That's a great choice, by the way. In contrast, women tend to start new relationships because they often have lots of men who want them. Therefore, it's just enough to pull out their phones and get a boyfriend weeks or even days after a breakup. Don't think I'm just shaming women for being like that. The reality is that many men still think of women as if they were prizes or idols to be worshipped. When a woman works for male attention and gets it easily, it's not surprising that she has a big-ass ego. As Kevin Samuels used to do, I want both genders to keep themselves accountable. Speaking of Kevin Samuels, rest in peace, Here's a pretty interesting woman with options he talked to.
Ladies, it is so important how you leave relationships because you're going to have to start looking at people's relationship with resumes. Why is this important? Because we already have talked about it ad nauseum. It's time to start doing things differently. Ladies, it's time for you to start understanding that, that's too slow. Ladies, it's time for you to start understanding that relationships are what makes you a successful life. You're either, it's either you first or relationships first. You cannot serve two masters. If it's my truth, my life, my field, my this, my that, cool, over there. Go over there. Can you work with women like that? Sure. Can you network with women like that? Sure. Can you socialize with women like that? Sure. But you cannot get romantic with them. Absolutely not.
Having watched this clip, how come men are going to be faithful and sure that their woman will be loyal? These days, we all have access to multiple platforms where it's hard not to sin, if you know what I mean. And dating apps are nothing but an instance. If a person goes there to try their hand, that's okay. But a married woman using this kind of app to get a new man is not acceptable.
The boys should have listened when Chris Brown said,
Chris Brown might not be a role model, but his line is very telling and applicable to this context. As in, by the way, when women get too many options, some, if not all of these men are like Chris Brown, aka guys who will bang women left and right and never commit. Still, many women go out there and date the bad boys, hoping that they'll suddenly become great husbands. I also wanted to share with you a Quora post by a woman who explains perfectly how women tend to have an easier time while dating as opposed to men. Take a look. The question was, how many options do single women have while dating compared to men? The author of this answer is an experienced dater who currently is in a relationship. She said, if you're referring to casual dating, single women pretty much hold all the cards and have all the options. If a woman decides she wants to go out and meet a guy and take him home tonight, she can. This applies to most women, regardless of how attractive they may be. Men, at least when it comes to casual dating, are not afforded the same luxury. Sure, you have your exceptions who never strike out, but overall it's a toss-up and there are fewer options. I'm sure you're not looking for anyone else's approval, but when a woman speaks of reality and not about sunshine and rainbows, it's good. I mean, modern women tend to say they want a nice guy, but end up dating the bad boy who disrespects her, unless she has hit the wall when she suddenly wants a good husband who will take care of her. The reality is that women can get easy access to intimacy, whereas men don't. Let's keep on reading what she wrote. As for committed/serious relationships, I would say that men hold the advantage. A woman may be able to approach nearly any man and get him to sleep with her, but that's where our options end. Generally, men have the option of deciding how exclusive they'll be. This is indeed a very good observation and proves why men should just embrace integrity and boundaries. Not having boundaries is pretty much a death sentence. If you let your chick walk over you, you'll probably get disrespected and cheated on. That's why if a woman misbehaves and doesn't want to change...
Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm the man. You were attracted to me in the first place because of my lifestyle. I'm not going to change who I am because of a woman. When a man changes for a woman, he grows into something she's going to have contempt for. When a woman changes for a man, she'll grow into something he'll love. That's how I got you in the first place. Why would I change? And that's the biggest mistake that guys make, is they get in a relationship, they get comfortable, they get fat, they lose their ambition. I got her, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And that woman starts to lose what? Respect for him. When a woman changes for a man, he gains more respect for her.
Men and women are so different, aren't they?
They are. When you're changing for a woman, that inevitably puts her in a leadership role. And when a woman's in a leadership role, she's going to lead you all right to the end of the relationship.
Justin.
Yeah.
Kathleen kept saying, it brings to mind a funny phrase I've seen thrown around more and more. Women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can, but men marry who they want, and women marry who they can. That's another great observation, and it's your responsibility as a man to be picky with who you invite into your life. If that means you're better off without a woman, nobody should call you names. If that means you prefer a non-combative, supportive woman who in turn is loving, loyal, and positive, nobody should call you names either. When women say, my body, my choice, even if it means promiscuity is okay, but a man saying my wallet, my choice, or my time, my choice, is not, off.
If you write a girl and you say, "You up?" and she's like, "Yeah, I'm up," and she comes over and you do the nasty, you realize that you are one of many. So does it not occur to you that that could have happened 6 hours before with another guy who she probably also went over and did the nasty with? And yesterday, how many were then? And how many that whole week if you added them up? And how about the week before? You're sharing a lot of personal space intimately with somebody who's sharing a lot of personal space intimately with a lot of other people. At some point, register the nasty. Just saying.
In conclusion, just keep in mind that if she's got options, she's probably sleeping with other men, so she's not the type to marry. Stay strong, guys, and especially free from women who would give you these kinds of problems. I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Do you also think that women with options, if you know what I mean, are repulsive? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.